there are other countries that have like their own history and like ways of doing things that I can't necessarily disrespect. So I guess in those cases, then that could potentially be true. But when talking about the U.S., I don't think that should dominate like the government and the way they do things.
Can I ask you a question? If I wanted to move to Mexico,
right,
and live there, and I overstayed my visa, whatever, because I don't know, the cost of living there is like super cheap, and there's like really beautiful, there's really beautiful places in Mexico, fantastic beach towns, et cetera, et cetera. Would you have an issue if Mexico deported me?
if you overstayed your visa?
Yeah.
Then
But I want to stay there.
But then you have to go through the legal process of staying there then.
Okay, so just to be clear, then you're in favor of deporting all illegal immigrants in this country?
Not into throwing them into like that prison in El Salvador with deadly gang members. I'm not a fan of the methods that ICE has been using to deport.
Yeah, I think most people are not receiving like that sort of treatment or whatever. I don't know the details.
Too many are. When it
Are
comes
they from El Salvador? Then we should probably deport them to El Salvador.
No.
But
people in the U.S. who like they've overstayed.
No. But should we deport people who are here illegally?
I think that's a very complicated question.
But hold on. Why should, if I go to Mexico and I'm there illegally, why don't you have a prescriptive take on the Mexican government against deporting me?
Now, if you had said that you have your whole life in Mexico for a long time and you have kids there.
I've moved there.
Right.
I'm like,
and you have like kids there. You have grandkids there.
I can buy a fucking burrito for $1.
You have a whole.
I fucking love it in Mexico.
You have a whole
the fucking
family tree
beaches
there,
are
right?
beautiful.
No, not just like your enjoyment. Like you have family there. You have a life settled into there. Do I think you should suddenly be thrown out the way ICE throws out?
So to be clear, what's your threshold for like if they've been here under a year, you're fine with them being deported?
It's hard to draw a line there, but my overall take is
okay, then I shouldn't be deported
it.
from Mexico then.
If you've just got like overstayed your visa for 6 months, that's not.
Yeah, I flew there and I was like, you know what? Mexico's fucking dope. I'm gonna stay there. Fuck the Mexican laws. Fuck their laws. I don't give a shit.
I think you can be ethically deported.
What's that?
I think in that case you can be ethically deported and not.
So why wouldn't that be the case of people who've been here for 6 months?
Who've been here in the U.S. for 6 months?
Yeah, who came here illegally, whether it's crossing the border or they overstayed their visa or whatever.
So what has happened to people in the U.S. who
I'll go ahead and grant that, sure, there's been like bad things that have happened. I don't think it's the majority of the people. Should they be deported?
Have you heard of the prison in El Salvador? It's called Sicot, and it's like this prison where they throw deadly, like gang members who have killed like 30 people in El Salvador, like tatted, like dangerous people. They're throwing people who've overstayed.
Okay, so you think like a Canadian who's overstayed their welcome here gets deported to El Salvador?
People have, yes. You have to look into it.
Well, Canadians have been deported to El Salvador.
No, because you know why? No, not really, because like there's not.
We're
not really looking at large scales of Canadian immigration.
The people who have been deported to El Salvador,
Mexican
El
Americans?
Salvadorians?
There are many different ethnicities. They're not necessarily El Salvadorian at all. There's no relation
it's possible that mix-ups can occur.
It's not a mix-up. It doesn't matter.
No, there's not robust. We don't give a fuck your country of origin.
We'll throw you there anyway. That's what it is.
No.
Yes.
It's not true.
Oh my gosh, someone pull it up.
Also, that prison has very limited, it has a limited population. It's already full of not even immigrants, people in El Salvador who have committed crimes.
Okay, Trump is trying to put anyone who is like.
Okay, how many illegal immigrants are in this country?
I don't know.
How many of them have been deported to
I'm not saying
El Salvadorian prisons?
I'm not saying all of them have.
Even if there was 1,000 people, answer my central point. Should illegal immigrants in this country be deported?
Not the way ICE has been doing it, and not.
Which is how?
It's a nuanced question.
How?
Like ripping people away from their families and throwing them to like a bus and taking them back to like a dangerous situation because they saw one tattoo on them that was maybe connected to a gang.
Okay, great.
But then maybe it wasn't even connected.
One example, and I think there was actually robust evidence he was gang affiliated. In any case, I'm asking, look, if I go to Mexico, you seem to agree that the Mexican government has the authority I overstay my visa. I'm like, no, I want to stay. And who knows? Maybe I knock up a little señorita while I'm there. I knock her up. I got a little mamacita baby mama in Mexico.
You have a family there. You have a child you're raising there.
I got a big booty Latina kicking it in Mexico. And I got a family.
Then I don't think you should suddenly just be thrown out. And look, my solution to that, look, my solution
So your
to
argument is
preventing
I need
illegal...
to just fuck a Mexican woman, get her pregnant, and then I can stay in Mexico.
Facts.
That's
Yeah.
your sign, yeah.
Anyways,
Okay, to kind of like to make this more concise, what I think the ultimate solution when it comes to illegal immigration to do is to prevent it in the first place with like secure borders and control in that regard,
okay.
rather than having to like throw and rip apart families the way ICE has been doing it, because I don't believe in that. I hope.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just.
Okay. Like
How would you want them to do it? Like, these people are clearly resisting. They're here in the country illegally. That's a crime. So
people who have families and who are now law-abiding and have jobs here because they came here legally.
can I move to Japan? Like,
First place.
Japan's super dope. Can I just move to Japan and just say fuck you to their laws?
You mean like not following their laws, breaking laws there?
No. I can be law abiding,
All right.
but they have immigration laws in Japan. Can I just say, you know what? Fuck the laws that the will of the people of Japan have determined they want for their country? Can I just move there and be like, you know what? Japan's fucking dope. Can I just stay in Japan?
I don't
Or
think that's right of you if you did that. I don't agree with that.
Okay, so
'Cause
is
if
it
you're saying fuck
so is it
Japan,
wrong
whatever.
for people who are here illegally to do what they're doing?
Again, I would rather
Alright.
them. Okay, sure.
Yes.
Right? I don't think people should
Okay.
immigrate illegally.
And so
but
is it within
but
the
I believe
government's-
that there should not be bad treatment of people once
I
they have.
agree with you.
Right, and I don't believe in
totally
how
agree.
ICE has treated people who have immigrated here, whether it be illegally or
I
not.
totally agree, but if you
You
start
agree that ICE is treating people badly?
No. There's probably no, hold on. I agree with you that hold on. No, I agree with you that if you're under arrest, you're owed certain, whether you're a citizen or an immigrant, you're owed certain protections. We obviously can't like police brutality immigrants. However, if you're going to resist arrest, then the police, like, if a cop is trying to arrest me for, I don't know, pimping or something, I don't know what the fuck. A cop is trying to arrest me and I resist arrest. Police have authority to use an escalation of force to secure my arrest. And I don't know what else to tell you. Like, do you expect cops to just be like, please, will you please come? No. The cops are going to use the necessary force to secure the arrest. So
I don't think great measures of force should be used on people who are like a mother who like is being torn apart from her family.
well, is she resisting arrest? In which case they're
When
gonna,
someone has their whole life
Here-
set up in
here's-
America, I don't think that should suddenly be just disregarded.
Okay, but then
Because
that
suddenly
just,
you're not treating, I believe like the overall principle of the government and our leadership is that we should be treating people right and we should look out for the betterment of society. And when you have so many immigrants in the U.S., I don't think you can suddenly turn around and treat them badly because they broke a law. Again, my
Well, what is
take on
the-
immigration is that we should prevent illegal immigration in the first place so that eventually we don't have to do this to them and we don't have to rip them
So
apart.
you're
the
in
way
favor of like robust
Secure borders?
border?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you believe
absolutely.
like build the wall. Like I don't understand how clearly
secure borders,
illegal
yes.
immigrants get into the country and it's extremely difficult to prevent it at the border, but people can be apprehended once they're already into the country.
I hope they can be apprehended as soon as possible so what's happening to
Well-
people doesn't happen in the future.
Okay, so you're just saying we should reward the people that are the sneakiest, I guess? I mean, I don't understand.
I'm saying we shouldn't rip families apart and throw them into vans and then just send them to like a dangerous situation.
They should come here legally
Well,
then,
then there's processes to do that.
and then that wouldn't happen.
Processes that are maybe more ethical than what's being done, sure, but not what's being done. I'm sorry, like, is my argument that like tiring to you? To
My
listen to?
whole family came from Colombia. So, like, my mom is from Colombia. She was born there. And they were all able to do the proper things to become legal. I don't think
Facts.
it's that. All you have to do is
Yeah,
a
just
test.
come here legally.
Like, you just become legal.
Yeah, like it is a lot of money, but all you have to do is a test.
Yeah, just
It's so easy to gain legal
Look,
status in the U.S. So
I'm
so
just
easy.
saying this.
Exactly.
If,
So easy.
being
if,
sarcastic.
if, for example, local jurisdiction, if the Santa Barbara County Sheriff can like enthusiastically pursue charging college students with minor in possession of alcohol, and trust me, they're out there, like specifically out there to catch some like naive 18-year-old holding a White Claw can.
Oh, tell me about it.
And they want and they
Tell me about it.
the district attorney's office fucking loves getting that fine money from 18-year-olds who had a fucking can of beer.
Mm-hmm.
If they can enforce that, then yeah, I think we can enforce our immigration laws. And I don't know. It's like
In better ways than what's being done? Sure. Hopefully. I wish.
okay. In any case,
I want to, again, I don't believe people should just come in here like uncharted, and I would rather people be prevented from coming in the first place. I just want people to be like, if they have a whole family here, whether or not they immigrated legally or not, that they should be treated better than how they are.
I guess
I want to give all the other girls
Final
a
thing on
chance.
the immigration thing. So my understanding is, Nick, remember that? Can you Google I think it's the Mexican Constitution. You can't protest unless you're a citizen. Where's Nick?
That's bad, by the way. I don't believe in that.
Well,
I think
so
everyone should have the
for
right
example,
to protest.
you would agree that there are expats, like ex-U.S. citizens that live in Mexico?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
let's say there are probably illegal immigrants living in Mexico,
Okay.
like people who just, they went to Mexico, they're American and they just stayed, right?
Right.
Imagine if there was a bunch of like Americans in Mexico rioting in the streets about Mexico deporting Americans. Do you think that would go over well? And do you think like Mexican citizens would like also join and be like, no, keep the Americans?
Okay, wait, sorry. Can you say that again?
Well, so there's a law. I believe it's in the Mexican. Do you have it, Mary? Yeah, can you pull it up?
If there are lots of American immigrants in Mexico,
So, hold
and
on.
certainly
In Mexico, foreigners are legally prohibited from participating in political protests and risk detention and deportation under Article 33 of the Mexican. So you can't even protest, right?
Oh, you said rioting just now. I think there's a difference between rioting and protesting peacefully. So if these people are peacefully protesting about whatever they believe in.
If you're in Mexico and you're peacefully protesting, but you're not a citizen, they're just going to deport you. So even if you're there.
That's kind of bad. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
But
feel
why is the criticism always towards the United States and not towards
No,
other countries
yeah.
who have way harsher punishments?
I don't
Even-
agree with if Mexico says that you can't peacefully protest if you're from another country, then I criticize that. And I have plenty of criticisms for many other countries.
I think it's fine, actually.
I criticize, I would criticize any country.
Why should you should be? It's a privilege to be visiting a country. It's a privilege to be a tourist somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You should, while you're a tourist somewhere, I don't think you should involve yourself in the political happenings of that country.
If it's a democratic country, then you have the right to, though.
So
I don't think
Democracy doesn't pick and choose just because you're a tourist there.
Well, citizens are afforded more civil liberties and protections typically.
I have my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what if you literally have a birthright trip to Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, a
about
what?
Like, what if you have a birthright trip to Israel? Like, despite the whole thing that's going on between Gaza and,
Yeah, many people do.
What?
yeah, like,
The birthright trip.
yeah.
What about it?
Like, do you think that's still insensitive to still go despite all the shit that's happening?
I don't see how it. I'm not understanding the point you're trying to make.
No, because I'm just like, yes, I guess it's a birthright trip and everything, but it's the fact that there's a whole genocide and there's a whole war going on, but you're still choosing to go to Israel.
I don't see how that correlates to what we're
I'm
lost.
Wait, but I do have something to say. I feel like,
Like-
the United
Okay,
States
I don't know.
is literally like one of the easiest places to get like to be legal And like, it shouldn't be easy to become legal in another country. You should know about the country, and that's the test they take. And like, a lot of people were capable of doing it. So
right.
I don't think it's that hard to become legal.
We have
in
some
the
chats
United
coming through
States.
here.